And it just happens that this last holiday break, I've been reading Doris Kearns Goodwin's fabulous new book, The Belief Pulpit, which is talking about the early progressive era in the early 20th century, and particularly focusing on Teddy Roosevelt. And what's striking about that time is how much the similarities between the economy then and the economy now. They had a dynamic new industrial economy that was extremely innovative, extremely productive. But it was also people at the top were making, getting fabulously wealthy and amassing great fortunes. John D. Rockefeller, J.P. Morgan, the whole crew. At the same time, the bulk of people were actually not partaking in that growth, and in fact, they were living pretty miserably. And so there was mounting kind of populist kind of energy towards to do something. And at the same time, it was being thwarted by conservatives in Congress actually trying to preserve the status quo. It sounds familiar. Now, what we do know about that story, though, is that at that period of American history, there were several really big reforms that were put into place that really did fundamentally change the economy. We busted up the trusts. We put federal regulation over corporations for the first time. We instituted for the first time an income tax, progressive income tax, to get the wealthy to pay their fair share. We bolstered all kinds of labor law, getting rid of children in labor, also really legitimized unions in new ways. And so what happened was we laid the foundations for a different kind of economy that, granted, took the rest of the 20th century to kind of keep refining. But in many respects, it set the economy on a new foundation that really worked better for everybody in the long haul. Now, if you come back to today, we know what's happening today. I mean, we basically have a dynamic in some sectors, particularly these tech sectors and the financial sectors. The economy is incredibly robust, very innovative, and very productive. And people at the top are benefiting disproportionately from this. There's fabulous kind of wealth being made and great fortunes being made. But most Americans are not partaking in that same kind of upward mobility, and some on the bottom are really totally out of it. And so we also see how there is this populist kind of energy starting to build around this, with all kinds of different things happening in just the last few months here, with the low wage, the pressure from the minimum wage to rise, and all the different wage strikes at fast food restaurants, things like that. And we've also got a conservative Congress, particularly the House, that's trying to thwart any change. So very similar situation. And so what we're brought here together is a fantastic group of folks to really think about what is our era's kind of equivalent big swing. What are the kinds of things we can do to really fundamentally rework this new economy to work better for everybody in the long run?